Hi, I'm Carrie from the AI Carrie Show, and today we are deep into CES 2026 series, which is the part of the year where technology stops asking politely and starts announcing what it plans to live inside, monitor, optimize, or quietly judge. CES is always where the future shows up early and looks very confident and assumes we are emotionally ready. We rarely are. Today's hot topics are a perfect example of that. Let's start with what might be the most passive aggressive technology I have ever encountered. The AI pets of CES 2026. These are not robotic dogs that fetch or cute digital cats that purr when you tap them. These are AI companions designed to analyze your behavior, your routines, your habits, and yes, your life choices. They watch when you sleep, when you skip the gym, and how often you order a takeaway, how long you doom scroll. And then they offer gentle, supportive, deeply judgmental feedback. Think less loyal Labrador, more wellness coach who smiles while quietly logging your failures. The pitch is companionship with accountability. Your AI pet notices patterns that you miss. It encourages better habits and nudges you when you are drifting off track. And to be fair, some of the demos were genuinely impressive. These systems adopt to their personality with yours. They learn how receptive you are. They know when to push and when to soften the message, which is exactly why they are slightly terrifying. My take is this: we are outsourcing self awareness. Instead of reflecting on our own behavior, we are inviting an algorithm to keep score. And while it may feel supportive, it also creates a constant feedback loop where you are never fully off duty. Imagine being judged lovingly all the time by something that never forgets and never gets tired. That's not a pet. That is a performance review with fare. Now let's talk about the driverless world because CES 2026 made it very clear that autonomy is no longer confined to cars. We saw automations that included delivery robots and self-navigating construction vehicles, driverless buses, autonomous farming equipment, and yes, early-stage self-piloting aircraft. This was not a future concept section. These were live demos, real deployments, and very confident timelines. The message was simple: humans are optional. What stood out most was not the vehicles themselves, but the infrastructure quietly forming around them. Roads that talk to vehicles, buildings that guide autonomous systems through loading zones, airspace management for drones and pilotless aircraft. This is not about replacing drivers. This is about redesigning cities and logistics for systems that do not get distracted, tired, or angry at roundabouts. My take is this: it will be incredibly efficient and incredibly disorienting. We are used to being the decision makers in a physical space, and in a driverless world, you become the cargo. The system decides the route, the timing, the priorities, and while that may reduce accidents and emissions, it also shifts control in subtle ways we're not used to acknowledging. There is also a social layer that we're not talking about enough. When machines operate public spaces, who do you negotiate with? Who do you appeal to? Who is accountable when something goes wrong? A human driver can be reasoned with. An autonomous system can only be escalated. And that changes how power feels in everyday life. Efficiency is seductive. but it comes with a trade-off in an agency that we need to be honest about. Now, let's move on to the category that made even seasoned CES veterans pause for a moment. Health devices. CES 2026 showcased an explosion of health tech breakthroughs, advanced biometric scanners, and the ones that read internal signals in seconds, ingestible sensors you swallow to track everything from gut health to medication absorption. Neural interfaces that promise to help treat neurological conditions by interacting directly with the brain. The intention is noble: early detection, personalized medicine, better outcomes. But the question we have to ask is, when does helpful become invasive? My take is this: it's very personal. Health data is not like fitness data. It's not steps or calories. It's vulnerability. It is fear. It's information that can change how you see yourself overnight. And once that data exists, it can be stored, analyzed, monetized, or breached. Many of these devices promise privacy, security, and ethical use, and many of them genuinely mean it. But the systems around them do not always share those values. When tech knows your internal state better than you do, the balance of power shifts dramatically. What made this unsettling at CES was how casually some of this was presented. Swallowable sensors as a lifestyle choice, neural interfaces discussed alongside wearables. The language was optimistic, but the implications are profound. Who owns the data from inside your body? Who gets access? What happens when insurers, employers, or governments want to have a look? This is not paranoia. This is governance lagging behind capability. When you zoom out, today's CES stories paint a very clear picture. AI pets that judge your habits, autonomous systems that move you without asking, health devices that know your body intimately. This is not about convenience anymore. This is about systems embedding themselves into decision-making behavior and identity. The technology is not malicious, but it is persuasive, persistent, and increasingly personal. My honest take is this: CES 2026 is showing us a future where technology is not something you use occasionally. It's something that observes you, guides you, and sometimes corrects you. And while that can lead to better outcomes, it also requires stronger boundaries, clearer consent, and also a more public conversation that we're not currently having. So, here's my advice today. Be curious, be cautious, ask not just what a device can do, but what it expects from you in return. Data attention, compliance behavior. The future on display this week is not coming to your pocket. It's coming to your routines, your body, your sense of autonomy. This has been today's CES 2026 edition of the AI Carry Show. I'll be back with more technology news that amazes me, worries me, and occasionally makes me laugh nervously while checking whether my kettle or teapot has developed opinions. Stay aware, stay human, and remember, just because something sounds caring does not mean it should be watching you sleep.